where people don't like to see other people in their peer group trying to step out and get better. It's a common psychological thing. And so if you say, oh, I'm trying to give up alcohol, they will try all sorts of things to pressure you or to convince you to have a drink because it makes them feel better about their vices. So, here's to another year without alcohol. No, can't do it. Can't even pretend. Whew, geez, that smells strong. Not for me. So, 1 year without alcohol, and I love it. Honestly, I feel great, and I don't see myself going back to alcohol for the near future. You know, not saying I'll forever be a teetotaler, but right now, I don't see it playing a part in my life. And judging by the sudden surge of traffic towards my 6-month video on giving up alcohol, and it's now many thousands of views, alcohol and quitting alcohol seems to be something people are interested in. So I'm doing a follow-up video. And this is a good point for me to say, if you like this video, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, give me a thumbs up, because that feedback that I got from the previous video that showed giving up alcohol is something people are interested in, that's what's created this video. So I'm trying to make sure I do the videos that you guys are enjoying that are useful to people. So if this is something you like, let me know and I'll keep making more of them. But this video is not going to be about the benefits of giving up alcohol. If you want to know about the benefits, or the benefits as I see them, go check out the previous video. I will link it up, down, around, sideways, whatever. I'll link. And I say in that video, you've got to do you. Like, you don't have to give up alcohol because other people are saying you should, or because of peer pressure or whatever, just like you don't have to drink because other people say you should. Think about what's important to your life and make that decision for yourself. But if you want to know about the benefits, go check out that video, because in this video, I want to talk about how I gave up alcohol and how I made such a long-lasting, big habit change. I will talk specifically about alcohol and giving up alcohol, but a lot of this applies to any big change you want to make in your life. If you think you eat too much junk food and you want to give up junk food, if you think you are having too much coffee and you want to give up coffee. Like I mentioned, I wanted to do it because I noticed the alcohol was having those sort of bodily effects I didn't like. It was having the mental effects in terms of sleep and mood and all those things. It was creating habits I didn't like, and I didn't feel healthy or happy on it. So I made those decisions. You need to do the same for you. If you do feel happy and healthy on alcohol and you love it, then do it. That's fine. Know why you want to consider making a habit change before you dive deep into it. First starting point is actually not to set the goal and say you're giving up alcohol and go cold turkey. The first thing I recommend is you just track yourself daily. Minimum daily. Now, I have a spreadsheet that I do, and I have a bunch of habits or improvements or areas in my life that I'm trying to get better at, and I just track it with a simple binary system of 1, did I achieve the goal for the day? And if so, the cell goes green and gives me a little happy positive boost. Or 0, I didn't get that goal for the day, and the cell is red, and it gives me a reminder that you can be better. Tracking it and paying attention to it is the first step, because it brings it to your attention. A bonus here for this kind of concept as well is not just tracking hitting the goals, track your mood and your happiness and see if there's a correlation. The second part then is to actually experiment with your goals and what makes a good happy day. Experimenting with your goals is okay, and tweaking what success means is okay, because you need to pay attention, learn, and you iterate on your goal until you find the motivation and what is also the right level for you. Being incremental is the third point. I gave up alcohol in chunks. So when I started this a couple of years ago, I was working in a software company, and every Friday afternoon was beer and wine and whatever time, and you know, everyone got together. It was a really social event. So I had a couple of beers, but I noticed beers just made me feel rubbish. So I just gave up beer. Then on those events, I would either have a wine or a cider. I noticed the cider effect was kind of similar, so I cut out cider. So I moved to things like vodka, lime and soda, and all straight whiskey. But then that's when it just became the habit, where it was 1 became 1, 2, 3 every night. And once again, like the comments in a lot of my other video, people giving me criticism for being like being soft, or like sort of laughing at me for giving up alcohol from a couple of nights. And that's fine. I'm not a big drinker, but I noticed the habit and I didn't like the habit, which is what I wanted to change. That's how I moved up the scale from drinking alcohol and being able to drink all sorts of alcohol to eventually I cut down the types of alcohol that I was happy to drink till I got to the point where it was like, well, I'm not drinking anything. And that was the final big step to do. And now we're up to what I think is the single most important part to giving up alcohol or making any big habit change, especially ones that are consumption based, and doubly so for those that are popular and socially acceptable, like alcohol, like binge eating junk food, like having a bunch of coffee every day. If you want to make those changes, you're going to be faced with them every single day. You're going to have social situations and social pressure. So there's a trick to doing this, making these big changes and handling those social situations easier. My trick is to make it part of your identity. Compare this. You're out at a social situation or at a work thing and someone goes, hey, do you want a drink? And if you just say, no thanks, they'll probably say, are you sure? I get you wine, I get you a beer, I get you this. Hey, why don't you have one of these? You say, no, I'm fine, thanks. Like, you sure? Like there's this follow up and a double check. And then next time they get around, it might be half an hour later, they go, hey, do you want to drink this time? And you have to say no again. And then the next time, oh, do you want to drink this time? And you have to say no again. Or you say something like, no, I'm doing a dry July or a dry January. And that's a separate thing, because when you say that, people have this funny thing that if you are doing something that shows you're trying to improve your life, it actually makes a lot of people subconsciously try to sabotage you, because we have this herd mentality where people don't like to see other people in their peer group trying to step out and get better. It's a common psychological thing. Most people try to kind of bring you back to the group. And so if you say, oh, I'm trying to give up alcohol, I'm trying to stop drinking so much, I'm doing dry July or whatever, that's a subtle flag that these people will continue to try to convince you. They will continue to go, hey, have a drink, go on, you'll be right, what's one? You can do it. Oh, just have one with me. Oh, it's my special birthday, you need to have a drink. They will try all sorts of things to pressure you or to convince you to have a drink because it makes them feel better about their vices. If you are there saying, I'm giving up a vice, that is a positive improvement in your life, but it also is a subtle reflection to these people that maybe they should give up on their vices. And they don't want to. And that's fine that they don't want to, but it's not fine that they're trying to drag you down. And that's why I say make it part of your identity. Because if you say to someone, if someone offers you a drink, and you say, I don't drink alcohol, it saves you from having to fight the battle every single time. The first time we'll be met with the resistance, we'll be met with those, you sure I can't make you a drink, you sure I can't do this? But once you say no, I don't do that, that has a much more powerful effect, and most people will remember and respect that. I've had so many times where I'll be at an event now and people just don't even offer me a drink. They don't even comment to me. They'll ask around and they just know I'm gonna say no, and that's not what I do, so don't even ask. So now I don't get the pressure of having to drink. I don't have that because everyone knows that I don't drink. Or they'll go, oh, hang on, you don't drink, do you? Which is another benefit in that they're not saying have a drink. They're not saying I'll get you any drink you want or have this or have that. They start by saying you don't drink, do you? Which is almost a reminder that I don't drink. And it's a way, it's easy, they're coming from the expectation that I'm going to say no, and that's probably going to be okay. So you just say, no, I don't drink, that's fine. So this applies to everything. I don't eat chocolate. I don't do this. I don't have coffee. Easy. Or if you're trying to make a positive change, you don't like, and this is actually kind of a really big thing about habitual changes. A lot of people, they're afraid, so they say things like, oh, I'm not a runner. Oh, I'm not a gym person. By saying that, that's your identity. Flip it around. If you want to make that positive change, go, I am a runner. I go to the gym. I am a gym person. I am a fit person. I am a healthy person. I eat well. By making it part of your identity, it makes it easier. It gives you the subtle reinforcement that this is me. This is who I am. I am this person that does this thing that I want to do. And it makes it easier for everyone else to accept that and to move on from it and to not constantly challenge you and try to bring you back down to the group. Final kind of bonus tip is if you cut something out of your life, find a suitable, healthier replacement. Most people, when they cut something from their life, there's now a hole, there's a void. Fill it with something positive. As an example, I still drink a lime and soda most nights of the week. There's no alcohol in it, but it's a nice, refreshing drink that I enjoy without the alcohol. But it gives me something different to just drinking the water that I normally. It gives me kind of like a nice, after work thing to do. So I keep that kind of feeling, but it doesn't have to have alcohol. I've replaced it. If I hadn't replaced it with that, I probably would have replaced it with eating a block of chocolate or eating a tub of ice cream and getting fat. Don't do that. Don't cut one vice, leave a big void that fills with a second vice. You cut the vice, you make the change, and then you replace it with something that's positive or better aligned to the direction you want. I hope this has helped. Sometimes the things that we're doing in life, we just get into a groove, we just get sort of into a habit that quickly balloons or quickly, evolves into something that happens every day and happens at a level that we don't want it to happen, but we didn't really see it getting there until we're there at this point where we realize, I'm doing this too much, or I'm not doing something enough. Making those changes can be difficult, and it requires effort, it requires discipline, but there's a few tricks that I mentioned that help you make that easier, that help you make that transition from not doing something or doing something too much to the opposite. Everyone can make positive habit changes. You've got to want to do it though, and you've got to put the effort in. And like I always say, I don't give a shit if you want to drink alcohol. Go do it. You do you. I'm not doing it, and I'm happy. If you enjoy it, if you get benefits from it, then do it. Like everything, you've got to pay attention to what makes your life good and how you can improve your life and make the changes for you, not because someone else says to. Alright, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell to get more of these videos, let me know. Otherwise, good luck and have fun.